Huge breaking news, everybody. Over the course of the last couple of hours, Iran has been launching a barrage of missiles at Israel. And yeah, so let's get right into it. I'm gonna play you a couple clips from Fox News just to level set where we are, and because there's some interesting things that are said here. So let's start with this.
Live. Trey.
Yeah, John, this is breaking news. The Iranian regime has launched a large missile attack at Israel. There are currently missiles in the skies of this country. We just saw one soaring toward the northern city of Haifa from our position here in Tel Aviv. The Iranians say they are responding because of the Israeli strikes that took place earlier today against the Lebanese capital of Beirut, specifically in the Dakhya neighborhood. And that followed Hezbollah strikes on northern Israel. I'm speaking now with regional intelligence sources who say they believe the Iranians feel that they are confident there will not be a U.S. or Israeli response to this missile fire. But regional sources tell Fox News, John, they expect a harsh response to this ongoing missile attack that is currently taking place. And I'm just looking down at my...
Hold on, and then he goes ahead and he takes a look at the alerts that he's seeing on his phone. But I want to pick it up a little later. Listen to what he says here.
Taking place. We are getting another update from a regional intelligence source speaking to Fox News. And I keep looking down here, John. We are getting this information in real time. A regional intelligence official tells Fox News the Iranians believe that Trump does not have the will to fight, this intelligence official says. They are, quote, gambling on him, wanting to end this war at all costs. And again, the official goes on to say this is why they are doing it. And so, again, they believe that the Iranians are making a calculation here by launching this ballistic missile attack against Israel in response to the strikes that took place against the Dakhya neighborhood of southern Beirut earlier today, a Hezbollah stronghold. But remember what we have seen throughout the weekend. We're just going to go back a couple days here in the timeline, John, of what's taken place. The Iranians have been very bold in their actions. They have been targeting America's Gulf allies, including Bahrain and Kuwait. Remember, over the weekend, it was Friday evening when, according to U.S. Central Command, 4 Iranian one-way attack drones were launched toward the Strait of Hormuz. The United States responded with strikes, and we brought you that video earlier against Goruk, Iran, that sits along the coast, and also Iran's Keshem Island. And the U.S. forces, according to CENTCOM, were going after radar systems there. In response to those strikes, the Iranians fired again toward U.S. forces in Kuwait. And according to CENTCOM, 6 of those missiles were shot down. But we saw last week when the Iranians used missiles and drones toward Kuwait's international airport, the massive amount of damage and destruction that can be caused as a result of these Iranian projectiles. And again...
Okay. So let's sum up the key point here, and that's why I wanted to play you just those 2 snippets. The Iranians are calculating that the Americans don't want to fight. And you know what? President Trump is signaling the same thing. Take a look at this. We're seeing here these comments from President Trump. Take a look. President Trump just addressed the latest escalation by the mullahs. Iranian missiles slammed into northern Israel today. Trump confirmed the U.S. military is now on high alert. The situation is fast developing. But he also is very upset with Israel, apparently. Apparently, he wants Israel to, to also scale things down. Let's take a look at this report here. Also, Trey Yanks.
Relatively quiet. We saw quite a bit of traffic earlier coming from the northern city of Haifa that was under direct missile fire. But I just got off the phone with a senior Israeli official who indicated the Israelis likely are meeting at this moment, determining what their response will be amid those reports that President Trump is expected to speak with Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu tonight. Now, I did speak earlier with President Trump to ask him about the ongoing Iranian attack. As I was speaking with the president, John, off in the distance, out the window, I could see these incoming Iranian missiles. And I asked if he had a message to the Iranian regime. And the president told me what I would suggest to Iran: you've shot your missiles. That's enough. Get back to the table and make a deal. The president indicating to Fox News that a deal was just days away, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. He told me, and now this. And so he is getting briefed, according to a U.S. official that I spoke with, about the situation in the region. The president tells Fox News it's certainly not going to help negotiations. And he went on to say that he was not happy about the fact the Israelis struck Beirut earlier today, drawing this Iranian response tonight. But again, the latest information that...
The Iranians are playing this perfectly, folks. I am saying this with a heavy heart, with a heavy, heavy heart. When President Trump's reaction to this situation where the Iranians refused the ceasefire, they rejected the ceasefire, they continue to kill Israeli soldiers, they continue to fire these drones and missiles at Israeli civilians in Israel. And when Israel retaliates, and when Israel goes after Hezbollah, that everyone says they want to get rid of, the fact that Trump is saying he's not happy with Israel, this is a severe miscalculation. I know that Trump believes that he's the best negotiator on the planet, but he is being schooled by the Iranians. They correctly read that he does not want escalation. So even at a situation like this, where Iran starts firing ballistic missiles at Israel in retaliation for Israel going after Hezbollah, who's attacking us, that Trump's response is, everyone come back to the negotiating table. And to say to Trey Yingst on the phone, we were close to a deal, it was a day or two or three away. How long has it been a day or two or three away? 2 months now? That's the Iranians playing their game. Oh yeah, they give the impression, they give hope to the people they're negotiating with that the deal is imminent and that things are progressing, and they string them along, and Trump is falling for it because he does not want to be involved in kinetic warfare. And that as soon as the Iranians figured that out, they realized that they could play Trump, and that's what they're doing here. I could play you more of these clips of Trey's reports here. Here's a little clip of Iranian pro-regime people demonstrating. Yeah, so that's apparently footage from tonight from them celebrating. And take a look at this report. Here's in The Guardian. Middle East crisis live. Iran launches missiles towards Israel after Lebanon airstrikes. And it quotes President Trump down here. Take a look at this. Donald Trump told Fox News when asked about the incoming Iranian missiles that it certainly isn't going to help negotiations. He added, what I would suggest to Iran, you've shot your missiles. That's enough. Get back to the table and make a deal. When asked about Israel striking Beirut earlier today, Trump replied, I'm not happy about it. I mean, this is not helpful. Trump is getting schooled. Look at this. Barak Ravid, correspondent for Axios, said Trump told him during a phone call Sunday, the Iranian missile fire, that's today, the Iranian missile fire didn't hit anyone. I hope Israel doesn't respond. Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? We have good air defenses and protect our citizens from missiles that are aimed at civilians, and we're not supposed to respond because you're trying to get a deal? Seriously? If Bibi attacks them back, it'll just drag on like it has for the past 47 years or the past 3,000 years. Yeah, that's because there are evil people who want to kill us. It's like Trump has forgotten what peace through strength is. He honestly believes that he can make a deal with people and that he's falling for their tactics. Watch the video I just made earlier today about the Iranian negotiating tactics, digging down into the cultural thinking behind the way they negotiate, explaining it. We're very close to a final deal with Iran. It'll be a good deal. I don't want it to blow up because of what's happening now, Trump added. Does he realize how foolish he seems? The Iranians played him perfectly. I said before the war started that they want kinetic war. They want it to be a war because they know that it will be unpopular in the US, and they know that they will not be brought down. They know that there will not be troops on the ground. They know that the regime will remain intact. And therefore, because of their culture, the Shiite Persian culture, where resilience is victory, where when a more powerful enemy tries to destroy you and fails because of your resolve, you are victorious. This is being handed to them on a silver platter right now. If the result of this is that Trump is pressuring Israel to go easy, to back off, here's how it's interpreted in Tehran. When they see Trump say that he's not happy with Bibi or that Bibi shouldn't respond, they consider that Trump doing their bidding. And it shows how strong they are, that he has to satisfy them. And he has to rein in Israel to satisfy them, that's a show of their own power. That hands them leverage. It hands them credibility in the eyes of their people. The Iranian people culturally respect strong leaders. And when their leaders seem resilient and strong and not going anywhere, it means that the people are less inclined to stand up against them. They stand up against them when their leaders seem like they are losing their grip, when they're losing power. And that's why in December and January, where it looked like the regime was actually losing power, that people came out into the streets. But right now, because of the way this negotiation is being handled, I'm saying it very clearly, because of the way this negotiation is being handled right now by the Trump administration, the Iranian regime is getting stronger by the day. And this attack today, this ballistic missile attack, was inevitable. Think about this. The Iranians have been saying, oh, we want de-escalation in Lebanon. We want the hostilities in Lebanon to end. Remember, Hezbollah is an arm of Iran. If Iran wanted Hezbollah to stop attacking Israel, and that would mean that there'd be no, if Hezbollah wasn't firing anything at us, yeah, we could keep it quiet too. We're only responding to them. So while they're saying to the Americans, we want a de-escalation in Lebanon, they're obviously still giving orders to Hezbollah to keep attacking Israel. Why are they doing that? Because they want escalation. And they want Trump to be squirming to try to de-escalate because he thinks there's a deal. They're handling this perfectly. Now they've got a situation where Trump feels that he's so close to a deal that he's going to pressure Israel to back off of Hezbollah and back off of them, and they could look at their people and say, you see, we're controlling what the president of the United States does. That's how they see it. You don't get to choose how your behavior is interpreted. And the American behavior right now is interpreted as weakness and confusion and lack of resolve. That's what the Iranians see. You don't have to like it, but that is what it is. And President Trump has got it backwards here. When he thinks, if he really thinks that they were about to sign a great deal with him in the next couple of days, he is delusional. I'm sorry to say it. I love the man. He's done great things, but he has mishandled this situation, and he's mishandled it badly.